Most people think they have an income problem. They don't. They have an intelligence problem. Think about it. You've been told your whole life that comfort is something you buy. If you just make more money, you'll finally breathe. If you hit that promotion, you'll finally feel safe. But have you ever noticed, the more you earn, the more you seems to need? It's like running toward a horizon that keeps moving. People with six-figure salary living paycheck to paycheck, they have the title, they have the fancy jobs, and yet they're losing sleep over the credit card bills. You cannot outlearn stupidity. It doesn't matter if you make $50,000 or $200,000. If you cannot control your impulses, you will always be broke. The difference is that at $200,000, you'll have a nicer furniture while you are worrying about the math. The math doesn't care about your feelings. It just compounds your decision, good or bad. If you cannot manage $1,000 wisely, you won't magically manage $10,000. You'll just scale your mistakes. We've been trained like Pavlov's dog to think consumption is the reward for hard work. But living below your means isn't deprivation, it's liberation. Let's look at your life. Really look at it. Modern life is a factory designed to manufacture obligation. It starts small, a streaming subscription here, a car loan there, then a bigger house because you deserve it, then you need furniture for that house, then insurance for that car, then gadgets for that lifestyle. One day you wake up and realize you aren't working for yourself anymore. You're working just to feed that machine you built. How long could you survive if you lost your job tomorrow? Most people cannot last a month. That's not a lifestyle. That's gambling your stability. You aren't living freely. You're renting your peace of mind. And rented peace always expires. The world sells excitement, but there's no profit in teaching you stay solvent. Advertiser wants you to think frugality is shameful. They want you to trade decade of peace just to impress people who don't even care about you. But here's the reality. Every unnecessary expense is another chain around your neck. Once your bill rises, your freedom falls. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. If you make $1 million and spend $1 million, you aren't rich. You're just temporarily solvent. The smartest people aren't the one with the loudest car. They're the one with the widest gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is your freedom. Is your margin of safety. In investing, we use margin of safety so we don't get wiped out. You need to design your life the same way. You need a ship that weathers a storm, not just a boat that looks good in the harbor. Every dollar you save is a soldier fighting for your independence. But every impulse purchase is a deserter. Most people are sending their soldier to die in a war of vanity. Why? Because they want to look rich instead of being rich. Acting poor doesn't mean earning less. It means needing less. When you need less, you own your time. You can walk away from stupidity. You can take risks. You can rest without fear. We need to talk about shopping. It's becoming a modern religion. The malls are the temples, the ads are the sermons, and every single one say the same thing. You deserve it. Well, the graveyard are full of people who thought they deserved things they couldn't afford. Most spending today is just stupidity dressed as a self-care. Big corporations spend billions to study how you click buy now. They know your impulse better than you do. Here's a rule that will save you millions. Never buy anything the same day you want it. Wait for 24 hours. You'll be surprised how fast every desire evaporates when reason returns. The 24-hour rule is wealth's bodyguard. It takes the power back from the world and puts it in your hand. Most people confuse stimulation with satisfaction. They spend half their income on fun, like concert, dinner, events, that vanish faster than the receipts fade. They are desperate for escape because they don't control their own lives. When you fix the foundation, you don't need to escape. Your life becomes peaceful enough that you aren't hunting for a distraction. There's a habit that separates the wealthy from the perpetual broke. Maintenance. People are great at buying things, but they're terrible at keeping them alive. They brag about a new car but skip the oil change. They buy a new house but ignore the leaky faucet until the roof rots. Neglect compounds faster than interest. A $50 oil change prevents a $5,000 engine failure. A single honest conversation can prevent a relationship from rotting. But people say they're too busy. Busy is the favorite excuse of the incompetent. They're too busy to maintain what matters. They find endless time to fix what they could have prevented. If you're sloppy in one area of your life, you will be sloppy in all of them. Habits don't stay in boxes, they replicate. Maintenance is an act of humility. It's admitting that things decay and then you aren't above that law. If you don't respect the cost of replacement, you will eventually own nothing but debt. Let me ask you a question. How do you handle a bonus, a tax refund, an inheritance? That is the moment most people fail the intelligence test. They call it extra money, as if it's free. They spend it on vacation or a new gadget, and 2 weeks later, they can't even remember what it bought. How do you handle unexpected money tells me everything about your financial maturity. If you waste it, you're impulsive. If you plan it, you're building a future. When extra money shows up, act like it won't come again, because often it won't. If you don't assign that money a job, it'll find a trouble. The difference between those who get rich and those who stay stuck is an opportunity. That tax refund you used to pay off the debt might save you decades of interest. Quiet money compounds. Loud money disappears.